All right, starting right at the top of the hour, everything I say, I will also throw in the chat for you. Welcome to the Western Association for College Admission Counseling virtual college fair. We're here with 6 wonderful panelists, experts, keys to their institutions. If you have any questions at any time for one or for all of the institutions, you can use the Q&A button that's either at the top of your screen or the bottom of your screen. Our panelists cannot see or hear you, so the best way to get an immediate response is to use that Q&A button. You can sign up for more sessions in the same place that you signed up for this one, and a recording of this is available on our website at strivescan.com, and I will put the exact address that you can get it in the chat. It'll include everything that is in the chat, audio, video, and any of the Q&A. All right. With that, we are going to kick it off with and I hope I'm saying this right, Chaminade University of Honolulu.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Christy. Hello, everyone. My name is Dior Ashton Teodosio, and I'm the Senior Admission Counselor here at Chaminade University of Honolulu, and I'm really excited to share with you all a little bit more about our university. Our university is located in Hawaii, specifically on the island of Oahu. Chaminade is tucked away in the neighborhood of Kaimuki, and we're less than 2 miles away from the famous Waiheke Beach and about an hour away from the best surf spots in the state. But Kaimuki is a small residential neighborhood with a ton of history. We have some of the best local coffee shops, old school diners, farmers markets, and quirky antique shops. Our university faces Waialae Avenue, and Waialae was just voted #1 as the best food block in the state of Hawaii. Some of my favorite places to visit at Waialae are going to be Kimchi 2, which has the best barbecue short ribs, and Hale Vietnam, which is a local pho place. And that's a great place to eat during those cold winter Hawaii days. Or if you're just needing a different spot to study off campus, there's Coffee Top and the Curve right down the street. Now that you learned a little bit more about where we were located, here's more about our university. So Chaminade was founded in 1955. We're the only Catholic university in the Pacific. We're located on a 65-acre hillside called Kalaipohaku. We're home to a little over 1,300 undergraduate students coming from 14 different countries and 40 different states and territories. We have a warm family campus ohana, and as a small private liberal arts university, our students receive a personalized education that prepares them for an ever-changing future. We offer 25 majors. We offer 25 majors through our traditional day undergraduate program and our online program. And as a Catholic Marianist and Native Hawaiian serving institution, our goals inside the classroom are attuned to the real world, geared to promote justice and peace and the dignity and rights of everyone. With our average class size about 18, it's really easy for our students to receive organic mentoring that they may be looking for. With our 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio, our professors get to know you for you. All of our professors are well known and still very active within their fields, which makes networking and internship opportunities more accessible for our current students and alumni. Some of our most popular majors are forensic sciences, environmental and interior design, nursing, business administration, biology, and criminology and criminal justice. All of our programs are direct entry, so from the first semester here, you'll be placed in a specific course geared towards your major. Here at Chaminade, we're also dedicated to giving back to our community, which 100% of all of our students participate in service learning. As our professors are educating you inside the classroom, we have a team of staff members that are here to support you through your college experience. Through our Office of Student Activities and Leadership, we have over 30 clubs and organizations that you can participate in. And these are going to be ranging from cultural clubs to academic clubs to adventurous club. As a matter of fact, our fitness club goes hiking, surfing, ziplining, and each semester, our cultural clubs will put on a showcase to celebrate the diversity that we have here on campus. We are NCAA Division II PacWest Conference for Athletics, and our campus ministry have numerous volunteer opportunities for students to participate in. Some of our students do take advantage of our study abroad and semester at sea programs, as well as our summer research opportunities. We don't have a living requirement here at Chaminade, so for first year students, we really just want you to make that transition however you feel most comfortable. Through our amazing financial aid scholarships, we are committed to making college affordable for all students. With our tuition ranging from $26,000 to $33,000, 97% of all of our students receive some form of financial aid. The average amount of scholarship and grants a student receives is about $15,000. Our merit-based scholarships are automatically awarded upon acceptance, so there's no additional application that you need to complete. And if you identify as Native Hawaiian or Catholic, we have signature scholarships that you can apply for, which is going to be an additional application process. We are rolling admission, so if you are interested in attending or just haven't found a home for fall 2021, we're still accepting applications. We have adopted a holistic admission approach to our review process, so we're looking at you as a whole student. And all you need to do really is apply through either our institutional application or through the Common App, request for your transcripts to be sent directly to us, write a personal statement telling us why you're interested in, pursuing a degree here. And there are additional applications or additional requirements, for international applicants and students that are interested in our nursing program. As I wrap up my 6 minutes with you all, here are some ways to stay connected. You can either schedule a virtual informational session or campus tour with one of our student ambassadors. We are open, so if you happen to be visiting Hawaii and want an in-person campus tour, you can always schedule that. Or if you just want to learn a little bit more about our university in depth, you can go ahead and schedule an info session with me. I'll be waiving applications for everyone in today's 6x6. So once that contact information is there, you'll get that application fee waiver. I'll put my information in the chat. So if you want to stay connected, you can definitely do so. But mahalo for your time and a hui hou.
All right, thank you so much. Next up, we have Washington University of St. Louis.
Hi, everyone. My name is Abby. I'm an admissions officer at Washington University in St. Louis. Let me just backtrack here. WashU is a medium-sized liberal arts college and research institution located in St. Louis, Missouri. So we have the benefit of the flexibility of a liberal arts college, having a lot of different majors to choose from, and really having an interdisciplinary focus as well, and being able to combine multiple interests. But we also have a lot of great research opportunities, with research really being at the focus of our campus as well. As I mentioned, we are located in St. Louis, Missouri. I grew up in St. Louis, so I feel like I might be a little bit biased in saying that it's a great city to live in, but it really is a great city to be a student in as well. It's a city that you can really make a home out of in your 4 years, a city that you can really get to know as your own in your time as a WashU student. But I want to spend most of my time talking a little bit about our undergraduate programs and opportunities that we have to offer. At WashU, we admit by academic division. So students will apply and be admitted directly into one of our 5 divisions. We have our College of Arts and Sciences, which is really that liberal arts hub at WashU. Actually, all of our students will end up taking some coursework within the College of Arts and Sciences. And then we also have these 4 additional entry programs in architecture, art, business, and engineering. So you really hit the ground running right off the bat in those areas, do a lot of great hands-on coursework right away. But what's great about these academic divisions is that although you are applying into one and being admitted into that division, you have the flexibility to study across all of them. You're able to take classes in any of them, pick up majors and minors across divisions. So there's a lot of academic flexibility there to pursue multiple interests. We're also considered medium-sized. So you can see we have a little over 7,000 students, has a good balance of getting to know a lot of your peers, but also meeting new people on campus every day. And then this is a little bit of a geographic breakdown of where our students are coming from. So you can see we have students from all across the country, as well as over 50 countries around the world. And including our faculty, we actually have people on our campus from over 100 countries around the world. Here's a little bit more information about our undergraduate student profile. It's really important to us that you are engaging with students, not just from different places geographically, but also students of different backgrounds that are the first in their family to go to college, students of different ethnicities, different socioeconomic backgrounds, students that really having all of these different perspectives in the classroom is really valuable in our inside and out of our classroom spaces, and something that really helps our community to thrive. A little bit more about your classroom experience. We have a 7-to-1 student to faculty ratio, so your professors are going to be very accessible to you. You can see that most of the classes at WashU are 30 students or less. Only about 3% of your courses will be larger than 100 students. So it definitely is more of that smaller discussion-based classroom learning environment. You can see we have over 1,500 courses to offer, over 90 different majors. We have really extensive academic advising and support available on campus to help you navigate all of those many different options. So you will be paired with a 4-year advisor who helps you kind of make those choices with your class schedule every semester and also can help you in determining which majors you want to pursue. And then from there, for any major or minor that you pick up along the way, you'll get an additional advisor for each of those. So you really end up with like a little team of advisors behind you at WashU, which is super helpful. We also have a lot of really great hands-on opportunities for our students to get involved in. We have our study abroad options. We have over 100 programs in over 50 countries, and we are on every continent except for Antarctica, but that is simply because nobody has wanted to go there yet. But a lot of different options within study abroad. You can do internships, research abroad, and no surprise, you'll get an additional advisor to help you determine which program is the best for you. We also have some really great opportunities to actually start and run a business. We have what's called our Scandalaris Center, which is a center for entrepreneurship that runs this really great program where students are running full-time businesses. They are coming up with the concept, they receive one of the storefronts on our campus, and then they take it from there. So really great opportunity for any of you that are interested in business. Breakthrough is referring to our research focus. So as I mentioned before, we are a research institution. We're a Research One institution. And one of the things that that means is that all of your professors are actually doing research. So it's really easy to engage and get involved in opportunities just by connecting with your professors. But we're also one of the few institutions that has an office of undergraduate research completely dedicated to our undergrads, where you can go in and see all of the different opportunities that are available and be paired with a faculty member through that office to get involved in research in whatever it is that you're interested in. And then lastly, getting involved in the community. We have a lot of great community service options. We have what's called our Gephardt Institute for Civic Engagement, where we actually have students that are getting involved in things like voter engagement campaigns, teaching courses in some of our inner city schools. So really having a lot of opportunity to really give back and really become a part of the community that you are calling your home in the city of St. Louis. And then a little bit about student life. We have over 450 different student groups. So we have a little bit of everything. We even have a butter churning club at WashU. So I always like to give that as the example to show just the wide variety of activities that you can get involved in. We definitely have something for everyone. And if we don't have it, it's super easy to start it. A little bit of information about our Career Center. You can see that most of our graduates go straight into the workforce, but then we do see a good percentage pursuing further education each year. I'm gonna go quickly here, just a little bit of information about our admissions. We also have a holistic admissions process, as was mentioned before. So while those numbers, are some, give a sense of what it was competitive in our pool, by no means are they hard and fast numbers, and we're really looking at you as a whole. And then the last thing I wanted to say is that we meet 100% of demonstrated financial need. So I definitely recommend checking out our student financial service price or services website and checking out our net price calculator to get a sense for what those packages could look like. And then I will put my contact information in the chat as well.
All right, thank you so much. Next up, we have Maryville University.
All right, good evening, everyone. I am going to share my screen and we are going to get going. So let's drop this in presentation mode. So I want to thank everyone for coming and giving us your time. My name is Alexis Newsom. I'm one of the assistant directors of admission here. I am not Dennis Jones, but he is the West Coast Regional Director who you will chat with if you are in our West Coast fam. So at a glance, we are also located in St. Louis, Missouri. WashU is correct. There really is no better place to be a student. And there is no better place to enjoy a nice meal here in St. Louis, Missouri. We have a good dessert scene as well. So we have every state represented here at Maryville University, over 47 different countries, and our total enrollment is 11,000. If we're talking just undergraduates day to day, that is right at 3,000 students. So your average class size is going to be about 25. It's going to get smaller as you get into your higher programs. We have 24 different NCAA Division II teams and over 150 clubs and organizations. My favorite club to talk about that I think is super cool is we have the Hammock Club. It is also an example just to kind of show you there is literally something for everyone. Don't know if we have butter churning, but I may start that. Let's talk about, we have an active learning ecosystem. Really the coolest thing about this is Apple, being one of our strategic partners, gave us this Apple distinguishment for how we integrate all different forms of technology into the field. So how can it help you as a learner? How can it help grow you in this field that you have chosen? And how can it help our faculty and staff support you as well? And of course, it's cool that you're going to get an Apple iPad and Apple Pencil to use in class or however you'd like to use that as well. Let's talk about our top academic programs. So you'll see on the screen what is listed as freshman direct entry. We have nursing, we have PT, that's a doctoral program. So you'll be here for 6.5 years. Occupational therapy, speech language pathology, cybersecurity is huge. I always want to talk about our Cyber Fusion Center. We are right down the road from Belle Reve Country Club in St. Louis, Missouri, and the FBI used our Cyber Fusion Center when the PGA golf tournament was here as their main hub, just to make sure all lines of communication were safe and everyone that was here was safe. So that's a really cool feather in our cap too. We have a sport and business management program that is funded by Rawlings. Rawlings has their international headquarters on the edge of our campus. And so that is really cool to have firsthand experience there. And computer science is huge. So we have computer science, and these are the different fields and tracks that we have through computer science. And here's a bird's eye view of part of our campus in beautiful St. Louis, Missouri. So we also have what I think another feather in their cap is a life coach. People are always going to be like, what is a life coach? Why do I need this person? How do they help me? So they are going to help you in a lot of different ways. They're going to help you, number one, academically. They're going to be your academic advisor for your first 2 years. They're going to figure out how you learn best. What are your strengths? You're going to take the Clifton Strengths Assessment, and that is going to give us your 5 top strengths. So then we share that with you, of course. We go over that. Your professors have access to that. So it's how do you learn best? How can we help you get to point A and point B and on that looks different than your peers? And that's totally fine too. It's also nice to have what are your 5 strengths moving forward, because from here on, you're going to be asked, what are your strengths? What are you good at? What are your areas of practice? So this is really good to have for yourself in your back pocket. So let's talk about career success. We stack up pretty well. So we are 97.8% career success rate. So 6 months after graduation, 97.8% of our graduates are employed full-time. And then the rest of them are employed part-time or continuing education, like law school, med school, doctoral programs, things like that as well. We are 10% higher than the national average, so we're super proud of that. And you will hear us talk about that a lot. That means a lot. Basically, you're coming to Maryville. We want to help you get employed in the field in which you chose. So that's really important. What is your Maryville investment? Let's start with the mic drop moment. We are freezing tuition for 5 years. It is going to go down. So it's going to go down 20% over the next 5 years. So that's just a way for us to make college more accessible for people and then make it affordable for those who can afford it. That's always nice to know. You're going to get a great quality education and you're not going to be in tons of debt, which is nice to know as well. So the scholarships we have some automatic that are merit-based. Our competitive scholarships is a separate application. And then we also look at other scholarships. So athletic, club sports, we have an esports team. We are the Alabama of esports in the esports world. Sorry, Mizzou, to make an SEC reference. But we also have a FIRST Robotics Scholarship as well, too. Your journey to become a saint, we use the Common App or the Coalition app. Your application is free. We do not believe in charging you to tell us that you like us. We also will have a holistic review. So your academics, we are test optional. We're going to read your letters of recommendation. What are you doing in your community? Or you have any other additional achievements that really paint a great picture for you as an applicant to Maryville University? I am running out of time, but I'll play this last little bit. All right, so that's just a little bit about Maryville. And so we are going to skip. So we are open still for virtual, we're of course open virtually, but we're open for on-campus visits. We are adhering to CDC guidelines and recommendations, so masks are required, and you will have to schedule a visit, of course. And then there are still ways that you can access our different programs and see what's going on over there in St. Louis, Missouri at Maryville University. Sneak Peek Wednesdays highlights a different program as well. So there are a lot of ways that you can come join us and come see what we have. This is Dennis Jones's email and information. And let's talk about how you can become a saint in St. Louis, Missouri. St. Bernard. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have St. Louis University.
Thank you very much. Hope everybody's having a great evening so far. My name is Rachel. I am with St. Louis University Office of Admissions. I am regionally located in San Diego, so I am on the West Coast with you all. But today we're going to spend a little bit more time in the city of St. Louis before moving onward to Columbia and then back to Hawaii. So a little bit about St. Louis University. With the numbers, we are a mid-sized university, so we've got just over 8,000 undergraduates. It's a really nice size to where you will see your friends every day, but also meet new people every day. In total, with our graduate and professional students, we do have just over 12,500. We're very fortunate. We have two campuses. The one that I'm mostly highlighting today is our campus in St. Louis, Missouri, but we're also very fortunate to have our own campus in Madrid, Spain as well, which is a 4-year degree granting institution. So you could do all 4 years in Madrid. But that being said, it is definitely our most popular study abroad destination. We are the oldest university west of the Mississippi River, founded in the year 1818, and we are a Catholic Jesuit university. So a little bit about what it means to be Jesuit. So this idea of Jesuits, we're affiliated with the Catholic Church, but the Jesuits came together really on the basis of creating a great educational system and this idea of educating the whole person, mind, body, and spirit. So we really take that to heart. We know every student comes to us from a different background, but we love to see students who want to get active in the community. Service is a big part of St. Louis University. Our students served almost 2 million service hours last year. And the big thing about that, all of that is voluntary. We don't require students to partake in service or social justice, but it's just something that we cultivate as a part of our culture at St. Louis University, this idea of creating men and women for and with others. So it's a little bit about being a Jesuit university. We also want to strengthen students to become leaders and critical thinkers. So not being afraid to ask those big questions and to ask why and dive deeper into those really good conversations inside of the classroom and outside of the classroom. We have just under 90 undergraduate programs when it comes to majors. Some of our most popular majors and programs are going to be the health sciences. We do have quite a few dual programs, including a 6-year doctorate of physical therapy program, 5-year master's of occupational therapy, and a 5-year master's of athletic training program, among a great nursing school. And all of our majors are direct entry too, so you don't have to reapply. For example, if you're interested in nursing, if you get into the nursing school, you're in. You don't have to reapply to that. Other focuses that we find students interested in, especially from the West Coast, are engineering. We do have a full scope engineering college that includes aviation, if you want to become a professional pilot, as well as our business school is very popular too, but we do have a plethora of majors within our College of Public Health, Social Justice, Education, and of course our College of Arts and Sciences too. We're also very undecided friendly. So if you're not quite sure what it is you want to study, we will help you figure that out. We actually have academic advisors who only work with students who are still deciding on their major. So no need to worry about that. We actually like it when students come in with a very open mind towards academics. A little bit about student life. We have just over 175 clubs and organizations on St. Louis University's campus. I know this number says 150, but we've added 25 clubs alone in this past year. So needless to say, it is very easy to start your own club at St. Louis University. You just need 5 other people who are interested in it, and you can get university funding. We're also a very active campus in athletics. We do have 50 intramural programs, 30 club sports. We are a Division I athletics institution, part of the Atlantic 10 Conference. We do have Greek life on campus as well, and a plethora of multicultural fraternities included too. So the average student is actually involved in 2 or more clubs on campus. So it's very easy to get involved. We have an amazing involvement fair that happens during the second week of classes in the fall, where students just walk around, sign up for clubs. There's a lot of great music going, free food, but it's definitely part of the SLU experience to get involved as much as you can. Looking at more of the logistics of kind of next steps, if you're interested in St. Louis University, I am the person that you would work with throughout your admissions process. The 2 things that we only need for applications are the application itself, so either the common application or we do have our own application on our website. We have no preference as to which format you use. We recommend using whichever is easiest for you. And then we require an official high school transcript. Other than that, everything is either optional or recommended. So we are test optional through 2023 with the hopes of being test optional after that as well. But that is where we are right now. So through the year 2023, we will be test optional truly for every major. And then everything else is recommended. So letters of recommendation and activities resume and admissions interview, all of that we recommend just so we can get to know you better throughout the admissions process and be a better advocate for you. Our priority deadline for admission and scholarship is December 1st, and we do have a full tuition scholarship available and another scholarship, our Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship, which is a diversity and social justice scholarship. Those are also both due by December 1st, but I'm happy to answer any questions. We do have on-campus tours available starting now, and they will go throughout the summer. We're more than happy to accommodate you if you'd like to come visit St. Louis University. And with that, we'll go ahead and pass it on to Mizzou.
All right, thanks. Yeah, next up is the University of Missouri.
Awesome. Sorry about that. I figured turn some light on so it doesn't look like I'm in the witness protection program. Anyways, good evening, everybody. My name is Tommy Rogers here, representing the University of Missouri. You've heard from some wonderful schools so far, specifically in the state of Missouri, and let's go ahead and keep it that way. I'm actually based out here in Southern California as well. So the University of Missouri, or Mizzou, is what we are known for. We're located right smack dab in the middle of Missouri and really right in the middle of the United States. In beautiful Columbia, we're actually halfway distance between St. Louis and Kansas City, and there is a lot of wonderful things to do in both cities. But Columbia is really special. Sports Illustrated magazine actually did a spread on us pre-COVID. They went to about 100 different universities and campuses, and they ranked us number 5, which was a really cool thing. So downtown's very hustle and bustle, a lot of school spirit and pride as well. Over 120,000 people that reside there. So we are a city. We're a very big hotspot too for a lot of performers, guest speakers, all sorts of different folks coming to our university. But really what makes University of Missouri special are going to be you folks, which is our students, staff, faculty, etc. Speaking of students, we're a large school. We've got over 30,000 students total. That's our total population. Undergraduates sitting at about 19 to 20,000 or so. But you'll be surprised to know, average class size just under 30 students, 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So while we are a big school, we have a lot of resources to make sure that students get individualized attention on our campus. Tigers coming from all around the world, more than 120 countries worldwide, all around the United States. And we're very unique in which we are the land grant for the state of Missouri, in addition to Tier 1 research. So we're AAU accredited. So we have a lot of funding that comes from the state and local government pouring into our university. Now, moving forward for this upcoming class, we are going to continue to be test optional, so you can apply with or without a test score. If you apply without a test score, what you do is you submit a statement of purpose to us, a resume, in addition to your transcripts. And the biggest anchor, obviously, is going to be your GPA. Still are directly admitted into your major, and you can still qualify for scholarships and still be an honors student. So it's really up to the student whether or not they want to apply traditionally with a test score or to do test optional. If you have any questions about which one you think you might be better or stronger for, definitely go ahead and let me know. University of Missouri got a lot of majors on our campus, over 300. Our most popular majors, though, specifically for California students. Number 1 is going to be our journalism program. We have one of the nation's longest running programs going on currently, and it's always highly ranked as well. It's a direct admit too. Number 2 is going to be business. Business actually comes with a guaranteed internship that can be done anywhere throughout the United States or around the world. We're a unique school in which we're one of 9 public schools that has a pre-law, pre-med, and pre-vet programs on our campus. So we have a lot of students coming for those. And then engineering is a very popular option as well. But we do have quite a few students that come in undeclared. Regardless of what major you do select, do know that you are going to be taught by well-renowned faculty who are doing some cool research all around the world. We actually have one of our professors recently get a Nobel Peace Prize, which was a really cool, exciting opportunity. But you'll be doing a lot outside of the classroom as well. Your freshman year, you're going to hit the ground running. You have access to all sorts of different things on our campus. For example, our journalism students have access to our NBC station. We're the only school in the nation that has that. Students can start there their freshman year. We have students within the engineering program doing some wonderful research-based tech stuff all around Missouri and really all around the United States. Hospitals on our campus too for our pre-med, pre-dental, and pre-pharmacy students that students can access their freshman year. All sorts of wonderful resources that students can start right off the bat. Now with our programs, combined with our faculty, combined with the internships that our students are doing, we have a really high job placement rating. And this was last year during COVID. 93.4% of our seniors were either fully employed, attending graduate school, or serving in the military, with the biggest anchor, of course, being full-time employment. So we were really happy about that. Undergraduate involvement was really high at about 90%. And then our retention rating for our freshman class last year was about 93% as well. So we were really pleased and happy about that. To wind down, we have some wonderful scholarships to help curb that out-of-state tuition cost. In order to qualify for the maximum amount of scholarships, you just have to have your application in by December 1st. So for my rising seniors, our application opens on August 1st this year. We're rolling admissions. You can apply anytime you'd like to. However, in order to get the maximum amount of scholarship, just get your app in by December 1st. We have some wonderful merit-based scholarships that are ongoing as well, depending on your GPA or your test score. Those amounts actually go up to about $18.5 thousand. So that actually makes you an in-state student for all 4 years, depending on what scholarship that you qualify for. And then we also have an alumni-based scholarship here for our students as well. And then we have major scholarships too, depending on which major that you're going into. We are open for visits too, so come and see us on campus for selective days and visits. We'll get you a tour on campus. We'll hopefully get you into a department as well with other like-minded individuals. And then we are virtual too, so you're more than welcome to sign up for a virtual one-on-one virtual tour as well. Anything that we can do to make your lives a little bit more easier and a little bit more enjoyable, we are all for that. Contact information here is on the screen, and I'm sure you're going to be getting plenty of information from us and my other colleagues as well who are presenting tonight in the future. But feel free to reach out if you have any questions. And then to round out the night, my good friend Michael is going to tell you a little bit about Paradise of Hawaii Pacific University. Thank you.
I don't need to even introduce. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, thank you, Tommy. I appreciate it. And I will go and get started. Oh, give me just a second. All right, here we go. Aloha and welcome everybody. My name is Michael Taylor and I am Associate Director of Admissions with Hawaii Pacific University. I am regionally based in Southern California as well. I'm located in Orange County, so I'm in the same time zone that you are. And California is actually our largest state of enrollment outside of Hawaii. We are Hawaii's largest private university. We are a private nonprofit university and we're not big by California standards. We're about 5,000 students, about 4,000 of those are undergraduates. Like Chaminade, we are located on the island of Oahu. Oahu actually translates as the gathering place, or we call it the main island, because we have the capital city and we have most of the state's population. HPU is an urban campus. I emphasize that. We are located right in downtown Honolulu. So we work out of different buildings within the downtown area. You might walk anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes to get to your classes. But we really are in the political, cultural, financial hub of the state. So it really is walkable. It's easy to get to restaurants, shops, internships, anything you need to get to. All of our students also get a sticker on their ID card that will get you anywhere on the island on the bus system. So we're located halfway between the international airport and Waikiki. You can get over to Kaimuki, the neighborhood we were listening to earlier, which I also love the restaurants over there too. It's really great. The downtown area, you can get to the state legislature. We've got a Walmart. We've got the only royal palace in the United States. We have Chinatown a few blocks away, and we're kind of off the touristy beat. So there's a lot of mom and pop places. It's not as expensive as you might think when you think of Hawaii. Every student at HPU is going to take at least 1 or 2 courses in Hawaii history, South Pacific history and culture to have a strong understanding of the values of the culture of Hawaii. We are part of our campus is here at the Aloha Tower Marketplace, or we call it ATM. ATM is where we have our student housing, where we have our student center, our dining hall. We're actually one of the only universities in the United States you can go to and live in a loft. In a waterfront loft apartment, which is what you see here. We do have more traditional residence halls too. The type of housing does range. You have our learning commons here. All of our students get a virtual desktop. You can log into any of the computers, whether that's in a classroom or in one of our computer labs. We partnered with a famous local chef named Sam Choi, who is known internationally for his local cuisine, and he designed our dining hall and our food plan and our meal plan. So some of the recipes, really amazing food, stuff that you're not going to get at a lot of other colleges. Sit out there on the lanai, watch the harbor. It's an amazing place to be a student. We were the first school in Hawaii to offer an esports arena, and we do have an esports team. And about 9 miles from our downtown campus, up in the Ko'ola Mountains, we have our Hawaii Loa campus. This is, even though you're only 9 miles from downtown, it feels a world away. This is traditionally our sciences and nursing campus. We are in the process of transitioning to a fully downtown campus over the next few years, but we're still operating off of both locations. Classes are taught on both locations. Shuttles go back and forth about 4 times an hour. And we have housing in both locations as well. So you do have some additional options when it comes to housing here at HPU. We are ranked #1 in diversity amongst private colleges in the United States. About 1/3 of our students represent local population of Hawaii, but the other 2/3 of our students are representing the other 49 states and about 70 different countries. We have a really strong international population here with a really global outlook. Every classroom is kind of a bit of a model United Nations, and you'll be making friends with students from all over the world. We believe that students learn by doing, so we have very hands-on experience. We have a guaranteed internship program with our students. We have state-of-the-art simulation labs. You see some of my nursing students here. This is our research vessel, the Kaholo, for our marine science students. And all of our classes are taught by professors. We don't use teaching assistants or grad assistants in that role. We have about 50 undergraduate majors and emphases to choose from. Our largest programs are tied between business and nursing. Great programs there. We were founded in the college in the liberal arts tradition. So a lot of great liberal arts type majors. We have a great criminal justice program. Anything with an international focus is great here. Of course, marine sciences are popular. We have our own research institute for the marine sciences. We have some great STEM programs here as well. Also very undeclared friendly too, for those who aren't sure. We do have an honors program, a 4-year honors degree that is selective for students looking for an extra challenge. And then we have some specific programs that pertain to business, marine science, and nursing. Those are first-year living learning cohorts, kind of like a mini honor society for those programs. We've got a lot of different opportunities outside the classroom, student government, student newspaper, orchestra, band, debate, dance, cheer, plus clubs based on special interests, academic, professional, cultural, and spiritual. You're in Hawaii, you have no reason to be bored. There really is so much to do off campus as well throughout the year. Our students love to study abroad. We study abroad at over twice the national average here at HPU, with almost now 300 programs and about 70 different countries to choose from. We're D2 athletics. We're in the Pac West Conference. Go Sharks. Our cost of attendance, because we are private, we don't charge in-state or out-of-state tuition. Our tuition this year is just under $30,000. Of course, Hawaii is known for being an expensive place to live, but our cost for housing and meals actually happens to be similar to what the UCs charge in California for that. And I don't want to stress too much about that tuition price, because 91% of our students are going to qualify for some sort of financial aid. When you apply for admissions, you're automatically considered for our academic merit scholarships based on your merit. And then for California students, if you're coming to us from a California high school or community college, we will make up whatever the difference is so that you will not pay more than whatever the UC's in-state tuition is. So right now that's at $12,570. That's automatically going to take off $17,000 a year from the cost of your tuition. And it's automatic as long as you're coming to us from California. We have a very holistic admissions process. You can apply on our website or on the Common App. We require high school transcripts, and we did dedicate to go test optional for at least the next 2 years. My contact info there. I'm here to assist you, and I will waive an application fee for anyone who attended this presentation tonight. Just give me an email and I'll send you that fee waiver code. Mahalo nui loa, aloha, and I'll hand that back to Christy.
All right, thank you so much. So if I could have all the panelists come back on screen. Just do the same order that we presented. If you could tell us, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
Perfect. I think my piece of advice would be connect with current students. They're definitely the storytellers. They know the experience. They know what the process looks like. And I think they would give you a better idea of what it's like to be a student at that institution.
I think my piece of advice would be kind of similar and going off of that. Really now more than ever, colleges have really amped up their virtual resources that they have available, their opportunities to connect with current students, virtual tours, everything like that. So my advice is to take a lot of time doing research and taking advantage of those different resources that are available to you.
My advice would be to, number one, this is going to sound interesting, but when you're going to a college university visit, eat there. You are going to be at this college and university for maybe 4 to 6.5 years, depending on the program. Food needs to be good. It needs to be something that is, enriches you as well. And then the next thing is ask us all, hey, what is your career success rate? This time and money I'm spending here, is it going to be worth it? How can you help me get employed in my program of choice?
My best advice would for the students would be to really own this research process and this college search process, because this is you going to college. And parents, the best advice that I could give you is to cheer on your student and be that good support system, and ask questions, but let your students lead the conversations, because students, we want to hear from you. This is your experience. This will be your journey. So we're excited to work with you, but don't be afraid to own it. Explore colleges that maybe weren't on your list originally, ask around, but this is your time, so enjoy it.
I think my piece of advice would really be, to be proud of your accomplishments, but also to be confident in your selection. You've heard from a lot of really cool universities today, but there are a ton out there. And no matter where you go, you're going to have a really good time. This is coming from somebody who has been to a community college, a private college, a public school. They were all wonderful experiences. But be confident and be happy in everything that you're going to be doing, and just know that no matter where you go, you're going to have a wonderful time.
Yeah, and I would say, don't stress too much. I know that there's so much pressure on picking the right major and picking the right college, and keep an open mind when it comes to location, when it comes to brand name, when it comes to major, because you'll find a place that's right for you. Enjoy the process. Don't stress about it too much. Do your research, talk to students, go visit if you can. But this is an adventure. College is an adventure, so make the best of it.
All right, wonderful advice. And my last little plug is contact these folks here. These are the experts. They are there to help guide you to find out whether it is a good fit for you. And they have all the resources, because this is what they do every day. So please contact them. Just a few reminders as we wrap this up. When you leave, there is a quick survey, incredible, helpful to us. You can sign up for more sessions in the same place that you signed up for this one. And a recording of all of the video, everything in the chat is available at strivescan.com. I threw that in the chat for you to grab right now. Again, contact these folks. Best of luck to you, and thank you again to our panelists. Have a good evening.